Hey everyone, in today's video I'm going to be talking about the differences between the newly released Samsung Galaxy Watch 9 and the Galaxy Watch 8. They may look like a very similar watch, but there's a lot more going on underneath. And make sure you watch till the end of the video, as I'm going to be giving you my suggestions on which watch you should purchase up next. Hey everyone, my name is Jeff. I've done all sorts of videos on the Galaxy watches. If you want a more in-depth review or unboxing of the Galaxy Watch 8, you can check out that video from last year from me. Today's video, the goal here is to tell you guys about the differences between these two watches, and I guess answer the question, why would you buy the Galaxy Watch 9 when the Galaxy Watch 8 already exists? Let's jump into things. So right off the bat, the physical features of the watch itself, not including the band, the watches look pretty identical. With the Galaxy Watch 7, they had more of a circular design like you see on the screens here, but with the 8, they changed that and actually turned it into more of a squircle. You've got the silver aluminum that's essentially going around the screen, and then the screen itself is a circle. What you are going to see between the 8 and the 9 is exactly the same design. So there was no redesign like they did from the 7 to the 8. Difference in the band that comes with it. So these were the sport bands. This is the one with the 8, as you can see here. More of a simplistic design to it. With the 9, they've kind of added this streak that's going down the middle. So a slight redesign in their bands. Now the bands are interchangeable because both of these watches have this button system where you can just press the buttons down and you can swap bands. So let's say you have the 8 and you want to use a band you really like on the 9, you definitely can do that. I like to take the watches and put them on top of each other so you can see here that the watches themselves have the same build. We have speakers that are going to be on this side of the watch. You have your bands, and it's the same band system on the 9 and the 8. And then you can see the button layout here as well. On both these watches, the exact same button layout. Let's take a look at the sensor layout that's on the back. And I'm just going to pull both of these out here. As far as what's in the back, I do notice that there's an extra sensor of some sort right there. That is not featured. That's the 8. That is not actually featured here on the 9 that I can see, but your screw layouts and everything exactly the same. So for the most part, the exact same layout, the exact same setup for the back of these watches and for what appears to be the sensors, minus whatever that is right there. Talking about the screen and physical features, so they both these watches, the 8 and the 9, come in 40 millimeter and 44 millimeter sizes. What you're looking at here is the 40 millimeter. They both have the Super AMOLED displays, the sapphire crystal protection. They both go up to 3000 nits peak brightness. Right now I do have both of these watches turned at max brightness so you can kind of see how they look on camera. And I'll pull up more specs on these watches later in the video so you can see side by side. But the biggest change or changes that they've made to the 9 versus the 8 is what's actually inside. First off, Galaxy Watch 8 actually featured the Exynos W1000 chip that was inside of it as far as powering all the performance and stuff like that. As of this year for the 9, they've actually changed chips. So this year the Galaxy Watch 9 now features the Snapdragon Wear Elite chip, which is supposed to speed up and make improvements to different things you're doing on the app. Now, from everyday wear and usability, if we do things like just swipe up, I don't know if you're noticing any huge difference in any of that. If you're going through, say, your tiles, as far as going through these and just kind of sliding up and down, performance-wise, from what I can tell, it's very much the same. Now, if you're going to be doing things like playing music on this or running apps that are going to take a lot of performance power, then I think you might see something different. But I think the goal with using the Snapdragon chip is to kind of future-proof this watch. What do you guys typically use most with your smartwatch? Is it the alarms and getting notifications? Is it using it for fitness tracking? Do you play games? Do you love playing music from your watch? What is most useful to you? Let me know down in the comments section below. So one of the other improvements they've made on the 9 versus the 8 is they have increased the size of the battery. And in my opinion, a bigger battery means longer runtime. I think it's something that they definitely need to do. They haven't doubled the size of the battery. They should have. I think that would have been great. Instead, it's only a 20% increase in battery. So these are the 40 millimeter sizes, like I mentioned. This Galaxy Watch 8 here only has a 325 milliamp hour battery. Galaxy Watch 9 has a 390 milliamp hour battery. What does that mean? Essentially, larger battery, you're going to get more time out of your watch before you're going to need to charge the thing. So in addition to that, having the Snapdragon chip in here is supposed to be a more efficient use of the battery in the Galaxy Watch 9. So between the 20% larger battery, the newer Snapdragon chip that's in here, you're supposed to have better battery performance on this watch than this watch here. Now, how does it compare battery-wise? You're probably looking realistically at getting a couple of extra hours time out of the watch. Are you going to get substantially more? Probably not. But again, making those small improvements towards a longer battery life, instead of having to charge your watch maybe daily, you'll only have to charge the watch every day and a half. You know, the more things you do, like fitness tracking, things like that, you know, if you're using the GPS on these watches and stuff, that's going to eat the battery life a lot quicker. Surprisingly, they increased the battery on the 44 millimeter size, but it went up even less than 20%. It went from a 435 milliamp hour battery only up to a 445 milliamp hour battery, so only increasing it by 10 milliamp hours. In my opinion, not a lot of a battery increase at all in the 44. So if you're looking for a better 20% battery increase, it's really only available on the 40 millimeter. So I do want to show you guys these watches side by side on my wrist, and I'll show them individually here as well. My wrist, just for reference here, is a 7.25 inch wrist, which essentially equates to 184 millimeters. That's the size of my wrist, and you'll kind of see how this looks. What I have for the bands is the medium large. They also offer the small medium bands, but for my wrist, the medium large seems to fit great, and I think the watches look very good on my wrist. So I want to show you here what the Galaxy Watch 8 looks like on my wrist. And I've currently got it orientated where the buttons are on this side. If you check out my things to know and do first video, there's an easy way to just flip the settings on the watch so that your buttons can actually be on this side. And here we have the Galaxy Watch 9 on my wrist. You can kind of see here how it looks, and see how it looks on my wrist. Fits very nice. I always recommend that you go snug with your settings so that these sensors get a good reading. You don't need it to be like cutting off the circulation on your wrist, but if you've got a lot of room here where you can basically fit your finger all the way through, you're wearing the watch too loose, and it's not going to get completely accurate readings for the health tracking. What's the most important feature to you of a smartwatch? Is it the features it has on it? Is it the way it looks on your wrist? Is it battery life? Let me know down in the comments section below. So jumping on Samsung's website, let's do a quick comparison here so you can just kind of see the differences between the watches. You can see the three of them laid out here, the 9, 8, and the 7. Again, all available in the different sizes, 40 and 44. You can see the different colors available. So the Watch 9 here you can get in cream or graphite. Watch 8 you can get in graphite or silver. The Watch 7 you can get in this green or this cream. So as we move down here, the key specs all are going to be made of aluminum. Again, that Watch 7, you can kind of see the difference there with the circular body and the circular screen, but then the squircle with the 8 and the 9. They do all have the 3nm processor, 5-core, but like I was saying, the Galaxy Watch 9, they've now included the Snapdragon Elite chip, which is going to be more performance improved from the Exynos W1000 that was there. You've got your GPS connectivity. They all have the Bluetooth and LTE capabilities. Memory storage on the 8 and 9 is the 2 gigs 32, and on the 7 also 2 gig 32. Display brightness, the 8 and 9 3000 nits, only 2000 nits on the Galaxy Watch 7. They're all going to be 5 ATM, IP68 rated, and then you've got your battery sizes here. Now these battery sizes are going to be for the 40 millimeter, so upgraded 390 from the 325, and only 300 on the Galaxy Watch 7. And then all the rest of the features here I believe are the same. They all have the SOS fall detection. As far as the health tracking, again, things you're going to get with the Galaxy Watch 9, you're going to get things like that daily cardio load, you're going to get vitals, you're going to get that heart health score. Those are all things that are not going to be on the Galaxy Watch 8. And then you can kind of see here, there's some things on the Galaxy Watch 8 that came in, things like the running coach. Now, I've also heard that the running coach is improved even more with AI on the Galaxy Watch 9, but again, haven't put that to the test yet. But then there's also things like the blood pressure that you can do on the Galaxy Watch 8. You can do that on the Galaxy Watch 9, but you could not do that on the Galaxy Watch 7. Galaxy Watch 8 and 9 can also do the body composition. Galaxy Watch 9 also has this hearing protection, and essentially it's going to use the microphone in the watch to be able to sense when you are in really loud environments where the audible decibel level is going to be extremely loud, or what Samsung feels is too loud for your ears. And then with Google Gemini built into the Galaxy Watch 9, essentially you can just raise your wrist to use a voice command. You don't need to press any button, and then you can get answers, ask it questions. It'll organize tasks for you when you need it by using Gemini that's built right in. Something new that they've integrated this year is Vitals, and this is just something with the Galaxy Watch 9, at least for right now. Essentially, Vitals, you need to wear the watch for 7 nights, and essentially what it's going to do then is establish a personal baseline, and then essentially what it's going to do is it's going to tell you your measurements of your vitals based on all the different things that it's been tracking, and then it can kind of tell you what's normal for you versus what might be irregular. Vitals is going to look at features like your heart rate, your heart rate variability, your skin temperature, your respiratory rate, and even your blood oxygen percentage. The other thing is they are now going to give you a heart health score. And then Samsung, on their previous watches, would already take a bunch of information like your BMI, your body composition. They would, track your sleep, and they'd give you a sleep score, your blood pressure. They'll track your steps, your activity, your workouts, things like that. And then even your stress and your activity-related information. Now they're going to present all that information to you in one basically one understandable picture or a score, and instead of it being like an energy score, it's going to be a heart health score. And that heart health score is combining all those things I just talked about to tell you with a number in a snapshot how well it feels the health of your heart is doing. So the other thing you can do is go into the apps. You can go to your Samsung Health, and in addition to all this other information it gives you here, you now have a daily cardio load. And essentially a daily cardio load is going to suggest the personalized amount of training that you should perform that day based on how much load you've put on your heart through daily activity and exercise. Your daily cardio load uses your heart rate and other information such as your age, gender, height, and weight to estimate your recommended daily cardio load. Essentially, it's just telling you how hard essentially you should work that day based on all those different factors. So which watch should you choose, the 8 or the 9? I guess there's a couple of things that I would suggest. One is if you already have the 8, I don't necessarily know if you need to upgrade to the 9 unless you want to kind of future-proof or get the latest and greatest smartwatch. If you can get a deal on the newest watch and it makes sense to upgrade, go for it. Otherwise, at this point, now that the 9 is out, you're going to find discounted prices on the 8. So you're getting most of the features of the 9 on the 8 itself. If you have an older Galaxy watch, maybe a 4, 5, 6, 7, maybe making the jump to the 9 makes the most sense. You can always jump on their website. You can check some of the different retailers. I've even got links down in the video description where you can check out prices of both of these watches. And if there's a deal running on any of these things, that may be the time to jump on them. Now, if you are just getting into the Galaxy Watch market and you don't have one of the previous versions, I mean, my recommendation to you is just get the latest and greatest right up front, because you're going to be getting all the latest features. You're getting that larger battery life. For someone like yourself that's just getting into this, I think that's going to be worth it. I'm interested to know, what are your thoughts on the Galaxy Watch 9 and the Galaxy Watch 8? Which one would you choose? Would you upgrade to the 9? What are your thoughts? Let me know down in the comments section below. My name is Jeff. You should definitely check out my things to do first and tips and tricks video for the Galaxy Watch 9. That's going to be popping up in my Galaxy Watch 9 playlist at the end of this video to get the most out of using your watch. You can also find cool watch faces for both the 8 and the 9. I've done those videos. Those will be popping up in the playlist as the videos for the Galaxy Watch 9 come out as well. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, that notification bell, so you never miss any of my future videos. As always, I do appreciate you guys watching. Be sure to make every day awesome, and I will see you in the next video.